Tom Blanchard here with another episode of Thursdays with Tom, where I provide you some helpful nuggets to keep those juices flowing and put more money in your pocket. Today we're on episode 27 of our Ninja Nugget series, the Platinum Rule. Now, probably going, what's the Platinum Rule? But let's go back. I'm sure you've heard of the golden rule, treat others the way you want to be treated. And it's a pretty good philosophy for business and for life. But let's take this a step further and practice the platinum rule. Treat others the way they want to be treated. Interesting concept, right? You need to fit into their personality, their decision strategy, their learning modality, and their preferred communication style, not your own. It's not about you, it's about them. Customers come in all shapes and sizes. They are each unique. In order to connect with them and treat them the way they want to be treated, you will need to understand personalities. Now, there are 4 basic personality types identified in the DISC personality profile assessment, and you can find additional information at discprofile.com. But this concept bears repeating, and I want you to really understand that in order to connect with customers and treat them the way they want to be treated, you will need to understand their personalities, right? So, there's some folks have a hard time remembering what the DISC stands for. I couldn't tell you. I prefer to use the definitions provided by Chris Holder in his excellent book, Stop Selling: The Art of Reading the Client and Winning the Business. Chris breaks it down into power people, party people, peace people, and perfection people, right? So what are power people? Well, about approximately 15 to 20% of the population are categorized by the following. Time frame. They're focused on the future. How fast can they get to the future? Can you help them get to the future, or are you in their way? Their motivator is they're motivated by their goals. They have a sense of urgency about them, and that urgency is to get to their goals in the future. Okay? Now, these people focus on, they're task and bottom line oriented, right? They have, for energy, they're outgoing and very energetic. Now, their decision speed, they are fast decision makers. They just need a few pieces of key data and they will make their decisions, right? So their decision strategy is that they're risk takers. They focus on winning, right? For your materials, you're gonna need to take they won't take time to read your materials other than perhaps an executive summary. They want the highlights and look at charts and graphs. They want to make a decision and move on. Now, how do you recognize them? Well, they tend to talk fast and move even faster. They often are fidgety. They write short, cryptic emails and take charge attitude. Their cars are big and fast, preferably white or black, because their world is black or white. The type of careers these people are in they're usually CEOs, entrepreneurs, and sometimes salespeople like you and I. Now, the party people. Approximately 25 to 30% of the population are categorized by the following of being a party person. Their time frame, they focus on the present. They're all about right now. Their motivator, well, it's having fun is very important to them. Will you be fun to work with will be their decision, right? They recognize and dislike being ignored. Now, what they focus on, they focus on others and are really good team players. These party people like to be together. Now, as far as their energy, well, they're again outgoing and very optimistic, as you would expect. Their decision speed, well, they're a little bit impulsive and make fast decisions. They often have buyer's remorse and change their minds. So be mindful of that. Now, their decision strategy, well, they're risk takers and they're go for it people. Now, as far as your materials, they like color photos and anything fun or whimsical. They will look for your testimonials to see if there's anyone they know that have written a testimonial on you. For recognizing them, well, they like fashion, dressing up, and parties. Party people. They're talkative, positive, and fun to be with. They like to talk on the phone or face-to-face versus emails. Now, in their careers, these folks, they're usually salespeople or people in the hospitality and entertainment industries, right? So, peace people, right? Approximately 35 to 40% of the population are categorized by these following traits for peace people. Their time frame. They focus on the past and present. They are status quo. They are like the status quo. They don't like, upset or change. As far as a motivator, well, peace is their motivator. They dislike conflict, drama, or change. They just want everyone to get along, right? So, as far as their focus, they focus on others and are team players as well. Their energy, well, they're a little bit reserved, patient, and empathetic, right? Their decision speed, well, they make decisions rather slowly. Your 1 hour listing presentation may take several hours or even days. They will not make a decision until they are comfortable with trust between the two of you. Now, as far as their decision strategy, well, they are risk avoiders. They move away from what they don't want and focus on not losing. So, as far as your materials that you present to them, they want to know if you have a process. They like seeing a process. They don't want to be your science project. Testimonials from people they trust is huge for them. Now, recognizing them, if you haven't already recognized them, they're soft-spoken. They write lengthy emails and have lengthy conversations. Relationships are important. They wear conservative and or, relaxed clothes. They drive Subarus, minivans, and other practical cars. Now, as far as a career, their careers are in helping professions such as nurses, school teachers, or therapists. Everybody needs a good therapist, right? Look, then we got perfection people. Approximately 15 to 20% of the population are categorized by these following traits, would be what? The time frame. They are focused on the past. They ask a lot of questions about the past. Market statistics, your sales statistics, They want data and believe data from the past will help them make a good decision about the future. Motivator, well, they're motivated by perfection and data. Now, as far as what they focus on, they're task-oriented and have high standards. They like to be in control and enjoy working alone. Their energy, well, they're reserved, thoughtful, and can be perceived as, well, a bit pessimistic. Their decision speed, though, they make decisions, as you would expect, slowly. They may have to build a spreadsheet. They request so much data that they can sometimes become overwhelmed and suffer, well, what I call analysis paralysis. And their decision strategy, well, they're risk avoiders as well. As far as your materials that you'll need to provide them, they'll read everything you give them, and correct any spelling or grammatical errors. They will recalculate your charts and graphs to see if there are any mistakes. And they'll ask you for even more data. They want every piece of data they can get a hold of them. So recognizing them, well, let's see. They are very methodical and ask, again, for a lot of data. Their personal attire, home and car are immaculate. They will have a place for everything, and everything will have a place. Their emails are perfect with no misspellings or errors. Now, as far as careers, well, these are your accountants and bankers and engineers and some doctors. Now, can a person have multiple personalities or traits from all of them? Absolutely. But most tend to have a single personality trait that is stronger or dominates the others. They can also have different personalities in their different roles. For example, they can be party people with the kids and a power person at work, right? I know this is a lot to take in, but you have to understand your customers to be able to treat them the way they want to be treated. Well, that's all the time we have for now. But next week, we will talk about decision strategies. That's right, decision strategies. So remember, you have to do the work to be successful, so be successful today by doing the work today. That's all I got today. Look forward to talking with you soon. Peace out.